Sanatana Goswami, when writing about Satyabhama, Rukmini, who is who, then he says, it must have my audacity that I am going to compare, draw the comparison among the twins of Krishna in Dwaraka. What audacity I have got. But my friend, believe me, I am not writing someone forcibly taking my hand and force me to write. Sanatana Goswami said, I am a teeny person, how can I draw comparison between them and say this is, he is bad, he is good, he has got this qualification, he is higher qualification. But someone enforcing me to write. See, that's in my hand, my pen. So Adhukshaya, that is, whenever we deal, it is the function of Yogamaya Sarupa Shakti. So if Jiva Shakti come to interfere, to handle, to participate, then that higher potency must come and influence him. Only it is possible there, then and there. Otherwise, no. A Jiva cannot have any connection to deal with those Vaikuntha things. So always this should be kept in mind. So our dedication, our surrender to that potency, that is our qualification. That should be considered as our qualification. That to surrender to that higher potency and to allow her to work through me. That should be. Or whenever we have to deal with that higher substances, then only we should surrender, we should ask to be utilized by the higher force. So surrender is the first quality when we approach to deal with things of higher subject. Always this should be kept in mind. Do you follow? Am I clear? No.
Yes,
so we are helpless. And the surrendering is the only qualification that can help us to deal with things that are above, super-subjective realm. The super where I cannot be subject. The realm is super-subjective, and it is not a fashion of saying. Reality is this. If we are to face with reality, then we must have to admit this. The super-subjective. As a subject, I cannot enter there. Super-subjective means to invite the super-subject to work in me. That should be the attitude. So Mahaprabhu says, Jnana Shunya Bhakti, Saranagati, surrendering. Surrendering is to invite the higher potency to work through me. That should be the attitude of all devotees, surrendering, and to make himself an instrument of the higher potency. As much as that will come in, only to give vent to that, no coloring, no prejudice of his own. As much as possible, the current will come down and try to represent that, what is coming down. That should be our attitude. Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. If we uh, uh, if we miss this point, this important point to hit, then we are undone. Prakrita Sahajiya. Then what will be the result? We shall muddling with the shadow. Shadow will be our subject. We shall fight with shadow. So, the life of devotion is devotedness. Devotedness, the degree of devotedness to the cause. The wealth is there. Wealth is his, only it is lent that comes down. It is his property, or in other words, it is the property of my Gurudev. Gurudev's property. I am using on his behalf. I must be a faithful servant to deal with his things. And he will say, this is my Gurudev's property in this way. Everyone in the succession. So this is the property of my Gurudev. He also says, this is the property of my Gurudev. In this way the succession.